Good morning, guys. Hey there, good morning. How is everybody today? Hope you're all having a good day. It is Monday. Good morning. Hey, who saw the eclipse last night? The lunar eclipse with the blood moon. Was it cool where you were? I did see it. I'll give you a quick little funny story to start us off while we're waiting for everybody to jump on. My freshman, my son, good morning, Brian. My son is a freshman in high school and very into the sciencey kind of stuff. So we're looking at the eclipse and he says, well, I know what it's all about. And I said, good, well, explain it to me. You know, we were talking about, well, we know what the eclipse is, but why is it a blood moon? Why is the moon red? And he's explaining, and he's explaining about where the position of the moon is, and the earth is, and the sun, and how it's all related. So he's basically explaining the eclipse part of it, right? So we're like, no, explain the blood moon. Why is the moon red? And he thinks about it a minute. He goes, well, it's all because of science. And we're like, okay, really? So, yeah. So we had a good laugh, but, you know, he's a freshman, and he's trying to, you know, show his knowledge, and so that's awesome. But and share his knowledge with us, but you know, we had a chuckle because I know, right? It's all because of science. So anyway, I welcome this morning. I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you did see the eclipse, I hope you did. I hope you were able to see it, and I just think things like that are kind of cool. So thanks for indulging me this morning. For those of you who are joining me live on the app, live on the web, or on the replay, good morning. My name is Michele Peterson. I'm a direct response copywriter and marketing, online specifically, marketing strategist. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, wasn't it cool? Marketing strategist, and I help creative entrepreneurs and business owners tell their stories and make more money. And love what I do. I work one-to-one with most of my clients. I'm periscoping with my tips and my insights and my strategies so that I can reach a broader range of folks and help more people. So thank you for being here with me. I do appreciate if you are finding my content valuable, please share it with your community. If you feel like it would be valuable for others to hear, please share it with them. I appreciate it. Get my word out. And thank you for the hearts. Periscope has changed some things. I don't see all of the hearts anymore, but so I appreciate the hearts. Remember, they're like the tip jar. When you hear something really cool that resonates with you, tap on the screen to give hearts and show me some love. Thanks for sharing, Brian. So today I'm doing a redo of my scope from Thursday. Last Thursday there were some technical issues. And so I said, I promised everybody I would rebroadcast the content, and because it was on smart marketing goals. And, you know, I think that we all tend to set goals. I hope we all tend to set goals. Sometimes we fly by the seat of our pants, but we know we should set goals, and sometimes we set goals that aren't as helpful as they can be. So, especially in regards to marketing. So there's this acronym that has been around for quite a while, and most people recognize it. Some people don't remember what all of the letters stand for, but the acronym is to remind us to set SMART goals. And so the SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-oriented, timely. I mean, sometimes you can change those words up a bit, but those are the general gist of SMART goals. But I thought that, you know, for marketing, those do need to be tweaked a little bit. And so I have come up with my own SMART marketing goals, you know, so the acronym SMART as it relates to marketing. And that's what we're going to share today. So, if you have comments or questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I will try and get them as they scroll up. If I don't happen to get to them, remember them, type them again at the end, because at the end we'll have some time for some comments and questions as well. And remember, tap the hearts, tap the screen for hearts if what I'm sharing resonates with you. Okay? So let's jump right in. S, thank you. I do see those hearts. Awesome. So S is for specific. That's the same as the original acronym. S is for specific, because really you have to be specific with your marketing. Unless you're a big company, okay, so like Nike and Pepsi and Budweiser, you know, they can be very broad and try and reach their huge, broad audience because they have the marketing dollars, the marketing budget to be able to blast and just blanket all of the media with their message. Most of my clients are smaller businesses, entrepreneurs, sometimes even solo entrepreneurs, and we just don't have that kind of budget, right? So we have to be very specific to make sure that our marketing dollars are working the hardest for us and bringing us the best results. So when I talk about being specific, I'm talking about being specific both with your target market, your audience. You know who you're talking to so that you can speak directly to them and address their specific wants, needs, and desires. But also be very specific with your offer, because most of us have a wide array of products and services that we can offer. But if your message tries to talk about all of them, well, it's a little overwhelming. It's a little information overload for your audience. So if you cut that down and you're very specific with each marketing message that you're putting out, again, thank you for the hearts. If you're very specific with the marketing message that you're putting out, you're more apt to resonate with the person who needs that product or service right now. And they're going to be more apt to take action right now. Because they're going to feel like you're talking directly to them, and that's powerful. So if you have 5 products that you want to market and promote, that's awesome. But have a different campaign for each one, because then you're going to get the ideal customer that's going to need product 1. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, that's for me. She's speaking directly to me." Versus the guy who wants and needs product number 3, if your message for product number 3 is just specific about product number 3, you're going to reach those people, and they're going to think, "Oh my God, that's just what I need. How did she know? She's in my head. She's talking just to me." And they're going to be more apt to take action and hire you or buy your products and services. So specific is so powerful, and it's kind of scary. I have to. A lot of clients will say, "Well, I need to promote everything." So it's scary to narrow your focus. It can be scary to narrow your focus down and be very specific. But if you can overcome that fear, if you can get over that fear, you're going to see that your marketing is going to be so much more effective, like I say, because you are going to be reaching your audience on a more personal level and a more emotional level, because you're going to be speaking their language. You're going to be speaking directly to their needs. Okay? So specific. M, just like the original, is also for measurable. Now for marketing, oh my God, measurable for marketing is so important, because you need to know what's working, right? So you need to have metrics in place. You need to know how you're going to measure if what you're doing is working, right? And if it's working, you want to keep doing more of it. And if it's not, you need to know what to tweak. You need to know what part of what you're doing you need to tweak. So you need to have the metrics in place, like I say, because so you know, right? If you don't know, then you're just putting the stuff out and you have no idea if it's working, and how it's working, and what you need to continue doing and what you need to change. So make sure that your marketing goals, make sure your marketing goals are measurable, so you know when you're attaining them and when you're needing to tweak. Because really there are no failures, they're just learning opportunities of knowing what you need to improve upon, right? Who was it? Thomas Edison. I learned 1,000 ways to how to not to make a light bulb. Or something to that effect. I'm sure that isn't the exact quote, but you get the gist, right? So, measurable. Make sure that your marketing goals are measurable. All right, so A. is, for marketing, A is action oriented. You want your marketing to inspire your audience to take action. And the sooner the better. So you want them to call you now. You want them to come into your store today. You want them to buy now. You want them to click and view your video. You want them to, whatever action it is that you want them to do, first of all, you need to know it. You need to know what call to action you are trying to, what call to action you're trying to get them to do. What call to action you're using for your specific marketing message. But then also make sure, so make sure your goals also are action oriented, so that you know what it is that you do want them to do. You know, so for example, if you want them to come into your restaurant, you want them to come into your store, and you want them to come in between 10 and 12 on Friday, you need to tell them that, right? If you just say, come into my store, and you don't give them that action, that call to action, then it's not as compelling. It's not as, there's no sense of urgency there. But when you do have that very specific call to action, we can also, A can also stand for ask, because you need to ask people to do what it is that you want them to do. So if you're on social, like for me, if on this Periscope I asked you to tap the screen to give me hearts when something was relevant. I asked you to share the content if you're finding it valuable, if you think that other people would benefit from hearing it. And I've gotten several people have been tapping for hearts, and I have seen a couple of people shared it. So that's just an example of this morning, but so you need to remember to ask your audience to do what you need them to do. You need to ask them to take the action that you are, that your goals, that pertain to your goals, that are going to help you achieve your marketing goals. Clear as mud? All right, so let's just to recap: specific, measurable, action-oriented. Ask for the action. Okay, so now we're getting to R. R for marketing, in my mind, R stands for results-oriented. So your marketing needs to have specific results that you want to achieve. You don't want to just say, well, I know I should be periscoping today, and so I'll just get on and show me eating breakfast, or show this is how I'm making my coffee today. Well, if your audience needs to know about coffee makers, and I do know a very successful writer and marketer who has a separate coffee blog, and it's all about coffee. Well, for him, doing a Periscope about making coffee totally is in line with what he's doing marketing-wise. But if it's not, then it makes no sense, right? So you need to make sure that that what you're doing also is focused on the results. It's all results-oriented. If it's not pushing you closer to your end result goal, then honestly, guys, why do it? You know, it's why do something that's not going to get you the result, that's not at least geared to getting you the results that you need. You know, I call that a waste of time, and I don't have the extra time to waste. I don't know about you. Now, of course, you go into something hoping that it's going to be results-oriented, and that's where the measurable comes in, because then you see, well, if it's not working, if it's not giving you quite the results, then, of course, you know that, and then you can change things so that you are moving more towards those results. Right? Is this good? Are you guys loving this? So specific, measurable, ask for the action, and keep the results in mind. Now, T is for that time-oriented. Now, so all goals, marketing or otherwise, need to be tied to a specific time. So if you want 100 new followers on Twitter, when do you want them? You know, when do you want them by? You want them, you know, next week? Do you want them in a month? Because that'll thank you, Brian. That will guide your strategy for what you're going to do to get them. If you want to add 1,000 people to your email list. Well, okay, so give yourself a time limit. We all respond to a deadline, whether that's your own personal deadline for working, for putting your marketing steps into place, for putting your marketing elements into place. So set yourself. Those deadlines are powerful because they're motivating, and they keep you accountable to moving forward with and to reaching your goals. So the deadlines both for yourself, but also think about when the marketing that you're putting out also needs to be time oriented, because you need to set that sense of urgency for your audience. We kind of touched on that before with the action step. You need to tell them. You need to have that time parameter so that it sets that sense of urgency. And like I said, that sense of urgency applies both to your audience, but also to yourself, right? I know that for me, I can be guilty of procrastinating. Not so much for my clients. My clients, I always get done, ahead of schedule. I tend to procrastinate stuff for myself, though, so I need to work on that and hold myself more accountable to the timeliness of what I'm doing. Honestly, that's why the schedule with Periscope has really held me accountable, because I'm accountable not only to myself but also now to you guys, my audience, to put out content regularly every day at 8-ish Pacific. Right? For those of you who are new to my scopes, that is my schedule. As I scope on my strategies, my marketing tips, every weekday, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. ish. I am not so strict with myself. I give myself a little leeway there. I give myself a little love to if it's 8:05, that's okay. But that timeliness so that's a marketing goal of mine, is to put out this content on a regular basis every weekday. And that has totally helped me continue doing it, right? So I think that if you also set yourself up with some time parameters, it will help you with your marketing as well. So that has been, okay, so see, that's touching a chord. People are finding that valuable. Thank you. I appreciate the hearts. So does anybody have any questions for me? Anything of the SMART, and actually let me show you my doodle once again. I showed this at the very beginning before I switched to myself, but if you weren't on the broadcast right from the beginning, you missed it. So I am looking in my journal, I'm looking for it right now. Here it is. Okay, so here's our SMART marketing goals. There you can see it all now. Our SMART marketing goals are specific, measurable. Oh, and I actually had the A wrong. It's assignable, not action-oriented, although ask and action are actually good A ones. So A would be assignable, results-driven, and time-sensitive. So let me talk just a minute about that assignable, which is what I meant for SMART to be, the A in SMART to be. And that is assignable because we don't, I'm human, I think A can be all kinds of stuff. But so assignable because we all have our strengths, and we know what we do best. So we also should have a team surrounding us. Even if we're solopreneurs, we have teams that we can outsource to. We know people that we can assign tasks to that help us stay focused on what we do best. Make sense? So, for example, if you repurpose your content, and I hope you do, perhaps like a video you can send to somebody, perhaps a teenager, perhaps niece, nephew, somebody that you know, or you can go to a virtual assistant. There are lots of people that can do this. So you take that video and send it to them and ask them to transcribe it for you, put it into words, put it into writing. So now instead of taking your time to take your video and transcribe it, put it into writing, now you've got it into writing. Now you can then clean that up and make it a blog post, make it an article for your website. You can break it into chunks and put it to an image and make social posts out of it, right? So assignable for marketing would be knowing your strengths and assigning those tasks that you can to somebody else to move you forward faster, right? Faster, more efficiently. My clients assign their marketing, the writing of their marketing, the copywriting to me, because they know that maybe it's not their strength, maybe they just don't have the time to do it. Maybe it's, they just want a different opinion or a different outlook on it. Sometimes bringing a fresh insight into your project can also be very valuable. So thank you for letting me have multiple A's for my smart marketing goals. But really asking for the action. I should probably adjust that and make it a smart marketing goals, right? With several A's in there. All right, so that was it for today. I did not see any comments. If you had comments that I missed, I'm so sorry. Please reach out to me. Thanks, Brian. Human, right? But if you have questions, if you have comments, do reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Twitter. You can reach out to me LinkedIn, Facebook. You can go to my website, which is exactlywritewebcontent.com. Exactly right is WRITE, webcontent.com. I have a doodle for that too, if I can find it real quick. And my website does have, my phone number, my email address. You can totally get a hold of me through my website. And of course, now that I'm looking for it in my journal, I am not finding it. But yeah, it's not here. Oh, yes it is. Here it is. All right. So there it is. Exactly right. Webcontent.com. I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for being here with me today. I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same station. Remember when they used to say that in TV land? Oh, it is. Brian, thank you. It's on the title of my scope too, guys. Sorry. It's Monday. What can I say? Okay. Now I'm flustered. All right. Thank you for being with me today. I will see you tomorrow. That's where I was with it. Same time, same channel, and make it a great day. Until then, take care, be smart, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.